Writing in the Wall Street Journal, Christopher Mims says that we are all internet trolls sometimes. According to research from Stanford and Cornell, ordinary people are just as likely as sociopaths to troll online based on your mood and the surrounding context of the situation. They also found that people are more likely to troll at night versus in the day. The study defines trolling behavior as anything that falls outside acceptable bounds defined by a community. The researchers used observational analysis augmented with 16 million comments on CNN.com to prove that anyone can be a troll. Even you can be a troll. So this was probably not surprising. The experiment consisted of two main parts: a quiz followed by a discussion, and trolling ranged from outright swearing to personal attacks, veiled insults, sarcasm, and off-topic statements. And they used Amazon Mechanical Turk to do part of the study. We've talked about them before. They're the people that you can pay almost nothing to do anything. They got paid $8 an hour. So I'd be trollish too.
Is this more of an analysis of CNN's trollish activity? I mean, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of trolls everywhere on the internet, but I guarantee you, if you go to CNN and you look at the comments, you're going to find a whole lot of really divisive comments on both sides of the political spectrum, and not a whole lot of really good stuff said in there.
Right, but maybe that was why they used CNN as a good example of a place where people control. I don't know. You know, you can say a study says anything, right?
Yeah.
But so, I mean, it's more interesting to look at this and really, I mean, think about, like, we've all been there.
Yeah,
we've all done it.
I was like trying to think back in my past. Have I ever dropped anything that, like, because it's really about like being offensive to the person on the other end and not, or maybe recognizing when you say it that it would be offensive. I'd like to think that no, but I'm sure somewhere, I mean, I've been on the internet a long time. I'm sure somewhere I dropped something because I was cranky and the person on the other end, you know, didn't like what I had to say.
Yeah, I've never seen it, but I'll do some Google searching tonight. I'll pay someone on Mechanical Turk.
To find my trollish behavior.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what, I find myself sometimes, criticizing someone like super famous, and then just not really thinking about like, hey, they might see that, and how would that sound? And I usually don't. I mean, I usually think about it, and then, I mean, I don't know. I have a million Twitter drafts that I didn't send. Sometimes all you need to do is write the draft and then not actually post
And
it.
how many times do I do that? I feel like nowadays I write more drafts than I actually write tweets.
Yeah.
But no, that's true, right? Like, and I don't know. I know that I've experienced that on Twitter where, like, I put out a comment about something that's totally in the current kind of sphere about somebody in particular that I feel is so far out of reach that I can safely go online and be critical or judgy or whatever, and after the fact. But then when you kind of turn that on its upside down or look at it backwards and say, well, what if this tweet was presented to that person? How would that make that person feel? All right, thinking about it that way, I probably have done this before.
Yeah.
But there is a difference. I believe this. There is a difference between people who sometimes are cranky and leave things that might be offensive to someone, and someone who is just a downright troll all the time, and this is just how they operate on the internet.
Right.
There's a big difference between those two things.
Yeah, I think I find it's troll is sort of too nice. Like, I call those people sociopaths.
Okay. We've all been trolls. Not all of us have been sociopaths.
Yes, it's true. I think that it's, I don't know. It's a tough one. What I liked about this too is how they defined trollish behavior by the the standards that were set in the community.
Right.
So it's like you could go to a Reddit, you could go to some a Reddit board. What do you call them? Boards?
Yeah,
Reddit.
subreddit.
Yeah, subreddit. And you could, I obviously don't spend that too much time there, but because you could go there and say like super mean things, and it's not really trollish because it's the way the community operates, and those are accepted boundaries for the community. And I love that there are places like that, and I want to continue to have places like that. Twitter, it might be a little bit rougher than Facebook. Instagram might be a little bit calmer. Who knows? And it's just like, if we can if we can just not try to put that standard on every place, that same standard on every place, that's the problem, I think, now, because it's like when Twitter, like you might have a community, Twitter, there's no communities on Twitter. So there's no rules that are set by the community. So you have one person that has 20 followers and they say something that they believe is within the bounds of their community, and then it becomes retweeted and sent everywhere, and then suddenly that person, is publicly shamed or whatnot.
It's broken out of that context and spun out a million different ways.
Yeah, which I think is one of the many problems with Twitter, why Reddit is a different place, because there are actual communities, subreddits, as you say they are called.
Twitter, we're different from Reddit.
Yeah.
We're different than Reddit.
Totally. If they could convince everyone of that, I think they could make money.
Someday, one could hope.